Welcome everyone to another startup and automobile documentation. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to go back in time 30 years and check out a brand new car in its showroom from 30 years ago? Well, what we have here is giving me vibes like that. This is a 1991 Toyota Corolla DX sedan. This Corolla sedan is painted in super red. I swear, just about every inch of this car looks perfect still. Even the paint looks brand new. Manual windows, locks, and mirrors. This one has a gray interior with the standard cloth seats. The front seats are manually adjusted. The upholstery, literally, I'm struggling to find a single spot on this car that doesn't look perfect. It's one of the most well-preserved cars I've ever seen. But now that we're behind the wheel, let's go ahead and start the engine. The Toyota Corolla isn't just a popular car, it is in fact the most popular car of all time. The Corolla was launched back in 1966, and since then, over a whopping 50 million of them have been sold throughout the world. This 91 model we have here represents the 6th generation of the Corolla, codenamed E90, which was produced in the US for model years 1988 through 1992. While it wasn't the first generation of the Corolla to offer front-wheel drive, it was the first generation to not be offered with rear-wheel drive. The E90 Corolla was sold under numerous different names throughout the world, and likewise it came with a wide array of different engines. It was also made in numerous body styles, from sedans to coupes to hatchbacks to wagons and even a panel van variant in some markets. The US market 91 Corolla came in the 4-door sedan, 2-door coupe, and 5-door wagon body styles. A cool thing about it was that you could get the Corolla wagon that year with Toyota's all-track, full-time 4-wheel drive system. Basically, it was all-wheel drive. Trim levels for the 91 Corolla sedan were Base, Deluxe, and LE. Now this one says DX on the trunk lid, and I'm assuming that's just short for Deluxe. The engine is a 1.6-liter inline-4, which in sedan models produces 102 horsepower. As for transmissions, all trims had a 5-speed manual as standard with the option of an automatic. The Base and Deluxe models offered a 3-speed automatic, while the luxurious LE trim offered a state-of-the-art 4-speed automatic with overdrive. The instrument cluster houses 3 analog gauges, which are your speedometer, fuel gauge, and temperature gauge. Your trip reset. At the time of filming, this one has 71,462 miles, and honestly, with the condition this thing's in, I was surprised it had that many. It's got a 2-spoke design steering wheel. I do believe this one is fixed. A common thing with cars from this era, you have a climate vent right here. Coin holders, climate vent for the driver. On this side is your exterior lighting stock. And on this side is your wiper stock. Going down the center of the interior, you have your hazard switch. This has an AM/FM radio. Still works. And I'm thinking it has all the original speakers. I mean, this is the same original head unit. Still sounds clear as can be. You have your rear defroster, central climate vents, your climate controls, single zone of course, very simple. Old school levers, storage, lighter and ashtray in here. You have 2 cup holders, more storage. The parking brake is hand operated, and you have some more storage. Now, a notable thing is the lap belts and the shoulder belts are 2 separate ones. It's not just one seat belt you pull down. You have to pull separately the lap belt and the shoulder belt. Original owner's manual, of course. Little cup trays for when you're parked, I suppose. Manually dimming rear view. Grab handle for the front passenger and rear passengers. But now we'll go ahead and roll down the driver's window and take a look at the engine bay. This thing has 13-inch steel rims with hubcaps. Under the hood is Toyota's 4A-FE 1.6-liter naturally aspirated inline-4 engine. It has an iron block with an aluminum head, along with dual overhead camshafts, 4 valves per cylinder, and electronic fuel injection. Horsepower is rated at 102 at 5,800 RPM, while torque is rated at 101 pound-feet at 4,800 RPM. Setting that power to the front wheels is this car's optional 3-speed automatic transmission with low gear selection. Running on regular unleaded with a 13.2-gallon fuel tank, updated EPA estimates for a Corolla like this one are 23 mpg in the city and 26 mpg on the highway. It has a front and rear McPherson strut suspension, and stopping the car are front ventilated disc brakes and rear drum brakes. Curb weight for this one rounds up to about 2,300 pounds. The fuel cap is on the driver's side. Ashtray, and grab handles. Other than that, not really any other amenities for backseat passengers. I have space back here. I'm about 6'1" with the driver's seat in a comfortable position for myself. It's a this is a small car. It feels narrow. Just everything about this car feels a lot smaller than, say, a 23 Corolla. That probably feels like a limousine if you got into the back seat of one of those back to back with this. But I mean, I can still ride back here. It's not horrible. I mean, my head's kind of brushing against the roof. Honestly, how cool is this thing? I don't think I've geeked out about a car I filmed this much in a long time. This is just incredible how this thing is preserved. Like, every last square inch of this thing. It looks just like it rolled out of the showroom 30 years ago. It's just absolutely insane. And especially for a car like this, to see it in such a well-preserved state, it's really cool because, 90s Toyotas, people run them into the ground. I mean, they go 400,000 miles, so people use them. They end up getting scrapped, especially these early 90s Corollas. I mean, these weren't special cars. These are just point A to point B transportation. But this one, to see this one having completely survived and in the state that it's in, it's like a time capsule in here. Single exhaust. The trunk of the Corolla sedan offers 12.7 cubic feet of space. Anyhow, thanks for checking out this tour of this mint 1991 Toyota Corolla. And as always, stay on the lookout for future tours.